Hi again, everybody. My name is Greg Anderson, and today, nothing too flashy here. I want to talk about my health, and I think that it's your health. So I want to help you if you're watching this video. Several years ago, I made a video. I made maybe more than one, where I talked about losing weight. I had lost a lot of weight, and that was good. It made me healthier. It didn't drastically change the way I felt, but I just knew that it was the right thing to do. And then things happened. I changed jobs, and some things happened, and I wasn't watching my eating as well as I should. And then the pandemic and things like that happened, and then we all just sort of everything just changed, and I slowly gained a lot of weight back. Not as much. I never went close to my peak again, but still heavier than I should have been. Until then, here in recent weeks and months, I have gone back down again. And it's good for me. And I hope to help you, because I think that if you are overweight or just not feeling quite right, I want to tell you some things that may help you to lose some weight and feel better. So let me back up a little bit. When I was a teenager, I had grown to this height. I'm just barely over 6 feet, so maybe 6'1". And I had reached this height when I was still in high school, maybe 16, 17 years old, and I stopped growing tall, and I was just a very thin guy, even for being tall and being relatively healthy, but I was still very thin. And I worked at a movie theater, I worked long hours, I didn't eat much, and I just thought it was my metabolism. People talk about your metabolism. You're young, you got a great metabolism, you can just, do whatever you want, and you don't gain weight. And I thought that was the only key to it, because even if we had like a big family get-together or, turkey dinner, whatever it happened to be, and I just one day ate a huge meal, and, then I didn't gain weight from that. Well, obviously I didn't gain weight from that because it wasn't a constant thing. The one-time large meal is not going to make you gain weight. It's habits that you do over time. So I didn't quite understand why I was so thin, but whenever I tried to exercise or bulk up, with weights or whatever, I never really gained much weight. So that was my experience through high school and into college. While I was still college age, I went to serve as a missionary in South America. And I didn't eat a lot of food in South America, a lot of great food, so it was just, I did fine. I was not plagued with a lot of, digestive problems and illnesses in that way. There were some, but, just overall, I didn't eat a lot and I stayed active. And so again, I didn't gain a lot of weight, and I thought, young metabolism, I never gain weight, that's me. So then finished college, did some odd jobs, and eventually got to work on some film crews around Utah here. So continuous work for about a decade, working on film crews. And in case you don't know how it works on film crews, usually you start the day with a hot breakfast. You've got a caterer there, and you just order up whatever you want. I want a breakfast burrito. I want, bacon and eggs, whatever, and they pretty much give you whatever you ask for. Great caterers. And then hot lunch, again from the caterer. And then throughout the day, throughout the workday, they have what they call craft service. And these are people, the people that work craft service are basically giving you snacks throughout the day. If you just feel like I need a little something to munch on, they've got a cart or they've got a truck or something. You just go and get what you want. And maybe sometimes they'll make little sandwiches or whatever. They take really good care of you. And so when I was on the film crews, and 5 days a week, I'm eating whatever I want, basically, I'm still thinking to myself, I'm that Greg guy who never gains weight, so I can just eat whatever I want. And I did notice there in the first 6 months or so, I was gaining a lot of weight. I probably put on 10, maybe as much as 15 pounds because the food was available, and I thought, well, I'm active, I'm working on the crew, I'm on my feet all the time, and I never gain weight anyway, so just eat whatever I feel like. And I realized, it was becoming a problem. So I tried to kind of settle down, and I had already decided I wasn't going to, pig out on sodas, because you could have soda all day long, cans of soda all day long, and sweet drinks for during your lunch, to go with lunch. And so I started just concentrating on water and trying to make sure that I wasn't having beef every single day and stuff like that. And so I kind of kept it under control. But still, I was thinking, well, it's my metabolism that's changing. That's why I'm gaining weight. I never stopped to think, no, it's because you're eating all the time. And when you're bored and you're on a film crew and there's not much to do except wait for someone to need you, and you walk past the craft service table and you take something just because you're bored or whatever, I didn't quite make the connection. That's a problem. Okay. So then, a few years later, I got married, and probably in the first 10 years of my marriage, I probably put on about 40 pounds, which, 4 pounds a year doesn't seem so bad, but at the end of the 10 years, you go, 40 pounds, okay, now this is becoming a problem. So that's about when I decided a few years ago, when I made some YouTube videos about it, that I would lose weight. And I'll tell you one other story. Just a couple of years before I decided I needed to lose a lot of weight, I was working on a project for a local television station in Salt Lake City. And one of the things we did, we created 4 episodes of the show that aired over the course of about 2 or 3 months, where we had what they called, this challenge for this group of people that were going to get in better shape, to try and look and feel younger. And so we had those people go through this program that had been set up with a fitness crew and a fitness gym. And what they did was they each worked with nutritionists who were very clear about what they should eat and basically plan their meals for them, for this, I think it was like a 12-week thing. And also then working with personal trainers and having regular exercise schedules at their gym and all this, and all this stuff to help these people lose some weight, reduce their percentage of body fat, and feel and look better. And so I had bought into the idea, as I'm the guy that is behind the camera, recording all this stuff for the show, I'm buying into the idea that a guy my age cannot lose weight and be more healthy without the help of someone who's holding your hand and telling you exactly what to eat and how to exercise and what to do. That's the only way you can make it happen. So I thought, oh man, I wish I could make this happen for me, but I obviously can't. Maybe I can't afford it, I don't have the time, whatever, and I can't do this, and that's too bad, because I really would like to see the results that these people are seeing with their weight loss and feeling better and looking better. So that was in the back of my mind when I decided, no, I need to lose weight. And I wasn't working on a show at the time with any of these people or having any, I didn't have any real guidance other than I decided that maybe what I should do is control how much I was eating. And I wasn't even exercising all that much. I was some, but the main thing that was making me lose weight was just reducing my intake. And it was almost like going back to the way it was at the movie theater as a teenager and saying, when I got on those long shifts working at the movie theater, and maybe all I had was a small bag of popcorn once or twice a day while I was at work, and I didn't really eat a lot, and I was thin. When I was in college, sometimes I would get carried away with a project or whatever I was doing, and I'd forget to eat. I would literally forget to eat. It's working on by myself. I'm studying, I'm researching, I'm writing papers or whatever, and at the end of a long day, I'm tired. It's maybe 10 o'clock at night, and I realize, oh, I never had dinner. And I'd say, oh, well, I'm not hungry now. I'm not going to, forget it. I'll just go to bed. That's what I did in college, and that's why I was really, really thin, okay? So I thought, maybe the trick here is, again, you walk by the candy jar at work, you don't grab a piece of candy every time you walk by. You're feeling like it's bedtime, but maybe I'll just have a bowl of cereal so I don't go to bed hungry. You know what, at that time, maybe it's okay to just stop and say, I'll go to bed a little bit hungry, I'll eat in the morning. Just those kinds of adjustments. Knowing when I've had enough for dinner, I could eat a little bit more because there's still a little bit more that could be eaten, and then I'd feel really full, or I've just had enough, I'm going to stop. And so that's the kind of adjustment in my head I had to make. Don't eat until you're feeling like you can't have another bite. Stop before that. It's just simple stuff, right? Very simple. Don't have a little midnight snack. Have a glass of water before you go to bed, you know, and that's it. Every time you feel like you want a snack, have a glass of water. Wait till your meal. Those kinds of things. And this is what I did. Without someone guiding me, holding me by the hand and saying, this is all you can eat. I was just controlling how much I was eating. Without someone telling me exactly how to exercise and when, I was fine. And you know what? On my own, in about 12 weeks, I lost about 40 pounds, which was better results than the people on the TV show that I was working on. And I did it without any sponsored gym or nutritionist or whatever guiding me and holding my hand through that. So, can you do that? I think you can. If you're at all concerned about your health, I would, talk to a doctor, talk to an expert, sure. But I really think that you can cut back on what you're eating. You don't have to lose 40 pounds in 12 weeks. I'm not saying you should do that. But if you're feeling okay and you're getting good results, maybe that will happen. I just think that in today's world, it's kind of sad that people think they can't be healthy without somebody giving them a special pill or a special injection, or having to go to someone to tell you how to eat. Really? Are we not adults here? You need someone to tell you how to eat? I hope that's not happening to you. Anyway, I am happy to announce that I have lost a bunch of weight. I'm not quite as thin as I should be or as I want to be. I'm still about 5 pounds heavier than I was when I got married. And that's something I can work on, and it won't take that long to adjust that. And I hope that you get some ideas on how to be more healthy, and I think that losing weight will help you a lot. For me, it hasn't really affected my day-to-day life. I don't really feel that different. I don't feel, drastically more energy, those sorts of things. But what it has done, I know that I don't snore at night as much as I did when I was heavier. So, for what it's worth. Anyway, let's stay on this journey together. I'll make another video if anything drastic happens, but I think for the most part, all I need to do now is just be more careful so that I don't, spend the next 5 years going back up again. I don't want that to happen, and I don't think that'll happen. Let's stay healthy. Talk to a doctor if you think you need to. That's great. But otherwise, just, eat healthy. And that's all. Okay. Wrap it up, Greg. I'll see you soon with another video, probably talking about clocks and watches. And so I hope you'll come back right here